Lots of people, and I mean millions of people, are waking up out of nowhere around 3 a.m. without any alarm, noise, or a reason you can clearly point to. And if this is happening to you almost every night, then let's be honest, something is definitely going on. What makes it even more frustrating is that it happens even when you stop drinking fluids in the evening, even when you try to sleep early, and even when you're completely exhausted. Now, yes, there are many things that can cause nighttime wake ups, but one of the most common and most overlooked reasons is something called a cortisol spike. Cortisol is your body's main stress hormone. It's supposed to be high in the morning to help you wake up, and low at night so you can stay asleep. But when cortisol spikes at the wrong time, especially around 2 to 4 a.m., your brain gets a false wake up signal. Your heart rate increases, your nervous system switches on, and just like that, you're wide awake, staring at the ceiling. Common causes include chronic stress, blood sugar drops during the night, poor sleep habits, overtraining, undereating, and even certain nutrient deficiencies that quietly throw your hormones out of rhythm. And these 3 a.m. wake ups are not harmless. Over time, they can lead to daytime fatigue, anxiety, brain fog, weight gain, weakened immunity, higher blood pressure, and accelerated aging, because your body never gets the deep restorative sleep it desperately needs. In this video, we're going to talk about two simple supplements that can help calm nighttime cortisol and stop those dreaded 3 a.m. wake ups so you can finally sleep through the night again. I'll also share three very simple tips that can massively improve your sleep quality and, by extension, your overall health. So please do me a huge favor and hit the like button. It really helps this video reach more people who are struggling silently with poor sleep and don't know why. And without much further ado, let's dive in. 1. Magnesium glycinate. Now, before you roll your eyes and say, I already take magnesium glycinate, hear me out for a second. Because here's the truth most people don't realize. A lot of people take magnesium, but very few actually feel its full effects. And it's not because magnesium doesn't work. It's because of a few big mistakes that quietly cancel out the benefits. Once you fix these issues and then combine magnesium glycinate with the second supplement we'll talk about, which is really the icing on the cake, you'll finally understand why magnesium is so powerful for stopping 3 a.m. wake ups and helping you sleep through the night. Let's start with one of the biggest culprits. Many people think, well, I take supplements so I can eat whatever I want. So they load up on carbs, sugar, coffee, alcohol, and assume magnesium will somehow fix everything. But that's not how it works. For example, carbohydrates, even whole ones, require magnesium just to be metabolized. Sugar, coffee, and alcohol are even worse. They don't just use up magnesium, they literally flush it out of your system. And on top of that, they are well known to spike cortisol, especially at night. Exactly what you don't want if you're waking up at 3 a.m. So you could be taking magnesium every single day, but your lifestyle is quietly draining it faster than you can replace it. Another major issue, bad supplements. Some brands seriously mislead people with the magnesium numbers on the label. They'll advertise 400 milligrams of magnesium, but what they don't clearly tell you is that most of it comes from cheap, poorly absorbed forms, like magnesium oxide. Your body barely absorbs that. So you think you're covered, but physiologically you're still deficient. Another thing, before I forget, you must pay attention to vitamin B1 if your diet is high in carbs. Magnesium and vitamin B1 work as team players. Thiamine helps magnesium get into your cells and do its job properly, especially when it comes to energy metabolism and calming the nervous system. So, even if you're taking magnesium, a low B1 level can create what's called a functional magnesium deficiency. You have magnesium on paper, or rather in your body, but not where your body actually needs it. Now, let's talk about solutions because this is the part that actually changes things. First, stick with magnesium glycinate from a reputable brand that clearly states the elemental magnesium content and doesn't mix it with oxide. Second, take it consistently, preferably in the evening, and avoid taking it alongside alcohol or large amounts of caffeine. Third, clean up the evening diet, especially excess sugar and late-night carbs so that magnesium isn't constantly being depleted. And finally, make sure your diet includes adequate vitamin B1. either from foods or supplements. So magnesium can actually enter your cells and calm that overactive nighttime stress response. When magnesium glycinate is taken the right way, it doesn't just relax your muscles, it helps quiet your nervous system, lowers nighttime cortisol activity, and lays the foundation for sleeping through the night. And now let's move on to the second supplement, which takes all of this to a whole new level. 2. L-theanine. If you have never really paid attention to L-theanine, you might completely change your mind once you understand how effective it can be at turning down cortisol. L-theanine is a naturally occurring amino acid derived from green tea, and it plays a major role in calming an overactive nervous system. And that matters because waking up at 3 a.m. is not usually about lack of sleep. It is about your brain being too alert at the wrong time, like we said before. L-theanine works by increasing calming neurotransmitters like GABA and dopamine, while also promoting alpha brainwave activity. Alpha waves are associated with deep relaxation and mental calm, which is, the exact opposite of the stressed, wired state you experience when your cortisol levels surge. A randomized, double-blind, placebo-controlled study published in the journal Nutrients in 2019 by Heidies and colleagues found that taking 200 milligrams of L-theanine daily significantly reduced stress-related symptoms and led to measurable reductions in salivary cortisol levels compared to placebo. In simple terms, L-theanine helped shut down the stress response. This is why L-theanine is especially powerful for 3 a.m. wake-ups. It does not sedate you or knock you out. Instead, it lowers the stress signal that triggers cortisol release in the middle of the night. Another reason L-theanine works so well is timing flexibility. It can be taken during the day to reduce accumulated stress that later spills into the night, or it can be taken 30 to 60 minutes before bed to calm the nervous system before sleep. When combined with magnesium glycinate, the effect is even stronger. Magnesium helps relax the body and muscles. L-theanine quiets the mind and stress circuitry. Together, they reduce nighttime cortisol activity and help prevent that sudden 3 a.m. awakening where your heart is racing and your brain switches on for no reason. And unlike many sleep aids, L-theanine does not suppress melatonin, does not create dependency, and does not leave you groggy the next morning. It supports sleep by restoring the body's natural balance, not by forcing unconsciousness. I have been taking these two, and they are really working for me. Next, I will share 3 simple but powerful tips that dramatically improve sleep quality and make these supplements work even better. Tip number 1, lower your carb intake, especially at dinner. One of the most important but most ignored steps to stopping 3 a.m. wake-ups is drastically lowering your carbohydrate intake, especially in the evening. You do not want to be eating foods that are high in carbs and sugar close to bedtime, even when they look healthy on the surface. Foods like yellow bananas, brown rice, watermelon, and similar options can still trigger a significant insulin spike. If you are even slightly insulin resistant, that spike is often followed by a blood sugar crash during the night. And when blood sugar drops too low, your body releases cortisol to save you. That cortisol surge is what wakes you up at 3 a.m. Instead, dinner should focus on high-quality fats and moderate amounts of high-quality protein. Think foods like avocado, olive oil, salmon, sardines, eggs, and similar whole foods. These keep blood sugar stable through the night and reduce the stress response that disrupts sleep. Tip number 2, move your body every day. Daily movement is not optional if you want better sleep. At least 30 minutes of movement per day helps lower baseline cortisol levels, improves insulin sensitivity, and makes it easier for your nervous system to calm down at night. And this is important. Movement does not have to be intense. Walking, light strength training, stretching, or mobility work all count. Even doing this 1 to 2 hours before bed can be beneficial for many people, as long as it is not extremely intense. Tip number 3, stop eating at least 3 hours before bed and optimize your sleep environment. Eating too close to bedtime keeps your digestive system active and raises insulin and cortisol when they should be dropping. That is why you should aim to stop eating at least 3 hours before bed. Now let's talk about optimizing your sleeping environment, because this part is often overlooked. Your bedroom should send a clear signal to your brain that it is time to shut down. Keep the room cool, dark, and quiet. Remove or dim artificial lights. Avoid screens before bed or use proper blue light filters. Make sure your mattress and pillows support comfortable, relaxed sleep. Even small things matter here. Noise, heat, and light can all trigger subtle stress responses that push cortisol higher during the night. When you combine these three tips with magnesium glycinate and L-theanine, you are not just masking the problem. You are addressing the root causes of 3 a.m. wake up so your body can finally stay asleep and recover the way it is meant to. I hope you have realized that with the right supplements, the right habits, and a few smart adjustments, you can finally sleep through the night again. If you found this video helpful, please like, share, and subscribe. It really helps this channel reach more people who are struggling with sleep and do not know why. And as always, before adding any new supplement to your routine, make sure you consult your healthcare provider, especially if you have a medical condition or are taking medications. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next video.